What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and this video will not be coming out at the time that I expected to and that I told you guys about because YouTube is going to put a block on it. It's going to be a week or so before this video actually gets out, but whenever I travel I like to bring my firearm, and I also like to inform you guys that you can travel with a firearm as long as you do it the right way. Now according to these airports, they said over the last year or so, particularly the whole COVID era, more people were flying with firearms than ever, and they were doing it the wrong way. And unfortunately, that can lead to fines. Possible they could revoke your license to own a firearm and so on. So you obviously don't want to do that on top of scaring them. Now, everyone makes mistakes, but this is one mistake that you do not want to make. You don't want to go through airport security and then find a loaded firearm in your backpack, because that's going to be a disaster for everyone involved. And obviously, majority of the times where these catch these people, it's not for any, they're not trying to do harm. It's simply, oh, I carry with that backpack and I put my firearm in a certain spot when I'm not using it, and I left it in there, or I don't know the rules. So I just like making videos like this to inform people how you do it. The number one most important rule is your ammo needs to be separate from your case. Now, when it comes to your case, you can put locks on the outside of your suitcase, because obviously this has to be in checked luggage. You have to pay for your bag to be checked, and you have to let them know that there's a firearm. Then they will have you sign a little piece of paper, and you will put that piece of paper not in this case, but somewhere in your luggage. That allows them to know if a firearm's missing, you have that little ticket in there that says there was a firearm previously in this luggage. Now, the most important thing, like I said, all ammo obviously out of your firearm. That's not even a question. But even the ammo you bring, which a lot of people don't know, you can travel with a lot of ammo. I brought only 4 50-round cases. I figured if I'm going to range once or twice while out here, if I overshoot that, then I can just get more there. But you can carry, and as long as it's in checked baggage, you can bring a lot more ammo than what I brought. And that helps with saving money and so on, and not having to spend money on overpriced ammo at different ranges and so on. Now, I use a Vault-Tec safe, and the reason is, on the outside of your luggage, you need to lock it, but it has to be TSA locks. Now, you don't have to, but I like to lock my luggage, but it has to be TSA approved, and they have to be able to get into those locks if they want to get into your luggage. Now, when it comes to the actual compartment where you keep your firearm, it has to be in some sort of locked container, and it has to be locked with a way that they can't get to it. It's supposed to be a locked container that TSA cannot even get into if they wanted to. So that's why I use Vault-Tec. Vault-Tec makes a nice, compact safe. And on top of that, I have another one of these that's larger that can hold 2 firearms. Now, I'll open it up for you. Obviously, it has a code. Really nice code. Very smooth, really easy. Plus, it's got these extra little locks on the side that help hold it down. Now, I'll show you what I traveled with this time. So, Glock 26. Very small, compact firearm, but still allows for good capacity, great shootability, and a lot of fun at the range. Notice I put on this trigger actually while on my trip. It's funny, I brought the trigger with me, I brought some tools, and I did it while I was out here. And now I'm going to have a great time at the range testing the Timney Alpha trigger. Can't wait. But I brought 3 magazines. To be honest, for traveling, all you need is 2. You want 1 in your firearm and 1 for backup. But since I figured I'm going to the range, I would bring some extras. Your magazine has to be out of your firearm. That's not even a question either. It has to be out of your firearm. Your firearm has to be checked. Check your firearm 10 times before you leave for the airport. I do it every time. I say, I need to double check again. If you carry with a round in the chamber, you need to be making sure that you are checking your firearm multiple times before you leave, because accidents happen. Now, in this little tiny Vault-Tec case, which here, I'll show you the size compared to a box of 50 rounds. You know, it's like 2.5 this way and 2 this way. So it's a very small case, very compact. But my Glock 26 and 3 mags, a 10-rounder and 2 15-rounders, all fit in there, no problem. And I think that's just fine. That's just enough for carrying. Now, holsters and stuff like this, even extra parts, as long as they're not the serialized firearm, you can carry those on. You can put them in your luggage and so on. So I just take my holster, throw it in my backpack. Ammo has to be in checked baggage. And like I said, you can bring a lot more, but I think there's a restriction of 10 pounds of ammo or something like that. And also, all these rules change a little bit with each airline. Now, the way I've done it always ensures me that I'm okay across the board with all these airlines. I know some people say they put their ammo in the lock case. I don't agree with that. I want to travel the easiest way possible, cause the least amount of, I don't want anyone to look at what I'm doing. I don't want anyone to complain. I don't want anyone to have to question how I'm traveling with it. So I just do it where ammo is completely separate. You know there's 0 chance of them being able to say there's ammo with your firearm. And like I said, all magazines separate. And then you can even keep it holstered, but I just put the holster in my backpack just to save some space and so on. But Vaultec makes great safes. They make bigger ones, which I have a bigger one as well. But for the small one, just traveling with one firearm is perfect for me. I used to travel with 2, sometimes 3 in my larger one, but I don't need that. All I need is one good, reliable firearm, and that's all I need to travel with. Like I said, all ammo out of the box. Put a TSA-approved lock on the outside of your checked luggage, and then make sure that you have a good TSA-approved safe where you are the one that holds the key, the lock, the combination to it. And that's where the firearm's going to be, and they're not going to open it. Most cases, they don't open it. I have had a couple times where they say, I want to see your firearm, and so on, so you just open it up for them, stand away, so on. But this last time I flew, they didn't even ask me to open it. They just ran it through their scanner, because what's going to happen is you'll go to the counter, you'll check that baggage, they'll give it right back to you. They will walk you to a separate room where it gets sent through its own separate screening, and you just give it to people, and they're usually pretty darn good about it. It's where the oversized luggage and stuff like that goes. And then when you get there, nowadays with the last 5 flights I've taken, they zip tie your luggage. They zip tie it with a big zip tie around it, and when you pick it up, you have to go to the oversized luggage or that airline's desk, and they will go and grab it for you. And you have to show ID a lot of the times and so on. But usually it's pretty simple, pretty easy to travel with, so that's why I always travel with my firearms. Thanks for watching.